The recording is going to be like a couple seconds off of the audio, Joshua, just so you know, because it's delayed really hard. It glitched out.
It glitched out?
It was like a 5-second pause in between, so we'll just have to match them.
Oh, we clapped for that.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Ready?
Probably been here
And...
Oh, fuck.
But I feel like we didn't clap. No, don't clap. Don't
Why'd
clap.
you
That's
nut?
my clap.
You're just living, man. You're just there in that moment, that special place in time. Maybe when I get back, I can write a book about my travels. You know, about getting out of this sick society. Society, man. Society.
Everybody heard Jacob nut like, on the mic.
Our clap was pretty in sync, so I don't know what your problem is.
It was a little off.
It was not.
It was off.
I have something for clapping.
Who's
dude.
JT and who's JC?
What?
Dude, it's pretty. JT owns MySpace.
You guys
and
are
JC
fucking.
died for our sins.
Dude, this can't continue if we're gonna not know in sync references when they're made. It can't continue.
Who's JC?
Hey, dude, wipe your mouth.
Justin Timberlake.
What?
Jake
Wipe
Carter.
your mouth, dude. You got something on here.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
John Carter. Bond movie.
You just moved it. It's on your mouth. You did a mustache, bro.
I get it.
No.
Oh, the
You
left
haven't
corner?
touched your mouth yet.
It's your left corner.
It's on your mouth, dude. He's like exfoliating.
Ew, don't. Oh, my gosh.
And welcome back, guys, to
Electric.
Bottom of the Class Podcast. My name is Mason Flores.
You
With us
did not
today
just fucking start when I'm cleaning my mouth.
is Joshua
Mason.
Ford,
Fucker.
always complaining. Matthew Rios, of course.
What's up?
Jacob
What's
in the
up?
back. And we got today is a special guest. This is Jacob's brother. His name is Josh Height.
What's going on, guys?
Josh Height is a friend of Josh's. They went to school together, grew up in the same neck of the woods, I'm sure. Is this right, or am I just kind of...
Yeah, you know,
All right,
we
cool.
out there in the trenches.
Anything you say, you make it true.
Yep. Anyway,
So.
so that's true. So we want to just jump into things because this has been... we want to talk about it for a while now. Jacob has been tweeting the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just say that. I'm just kidding. It's not that dumb, Jacob.
No, it is.
But we kind of wanted... It didn't really start like... It just randomly started one day. I was like going through my Twitter feed and then like I saw this like philosophical like tweet from Jacob that really didn't really make too much sense for me. And then I kept seeing these tweets over and over. And then Matt and I like mentioned it to each other. And then like it wouldn't stop happening. And so we decided to track them. And we just wanted to like see what's going on in Jacob's mind. So Matt, do you have like the first ones you saved?
I know you asked me to try to find them, and then I was like, yeah, I'll do it, and then didn't do it. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Hold up.
Well, okay, so the one I had was let me see if I can find it.
Don't mind us.
Yeah, I thought we came prepared. I guess not.
While they're looking
Gives
it
a
up,
fuck. I get disrespectful on this podcast. You
Jacob,
know what happens.
me personally, man, I don't think your tweets are that bad.
I appreciate it.
You are a smart thinker, bro. But then there's sometimes I do question, like, what the fuck is this man talking about?
So, here's
Jacob looks like Jaden Smith on the Twitter feed. That's what he looks like.
Can I
I need context. Definitely need
like
context.
before we get into this, just a small defense of myself. Small. I know that they're horrible.
He didn't.
Not a defense.
Yeah, not until we started giving him shit about it.
No, I don't know how many. Like, I don't have proof, but I've said to my friends many times that my Twitter is a dumpster fire. It's terrible. I tweet the dumbest shit. Like,
Josh,
if it comes to my mind,
has Jacob ever told you that?
Not me personally, but I mean that sounds like something he would say.
I tweet dumb shit. If it comes to my mind, I tweet it out because I don't care what people see on my Twitter.
So this one's understandable.
Go for it.
The Earth is dying. Take care of the environment. I understand that, but then you added at the end Twitter for iPhone.
I'll explain that. That's got it. It's an explanation I got. Okay.
Okay.
So, iPhones are like notoriously bad for the environment because they're like extremely like the parts they use are have a lot of emissions when they mine them, and they make so many that iPhones are like significantly worse for the earth than like other phones. And so I was just like, it was just a joke of like saying like, you always see that people are like really earth conscious. They're like don't use straws, don't use plastic this, don't do that, but they have an iPhone, so it's just a joke.
So for those people who use these iPhones that are very environmentally conscious, could you provide them an alternative solution, maybe an eco-friendly phone for them? One made out of cardboard, perhaps?
Yeah, there's a cardboard phone on the market right now, actually.
Okay.
I know
kidding, there's not.
I know there's a no phone, but aside from that,
I mean,
how should we solve this issue?
Most phones are damaging to the environment. It was a joke. It wasn't supposed to be super serious.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, the next one I have here Follow or suffer.
Yeah.
Oh
Enter,
my-
enter. LOVE.
Yeah.
What's going on there, Jacob?
I can give the really like dark meaning of that one.
Sure.
That's kind of how I view like the story of the Bible.
So why don't you mention the Bible in this tweet?
Because it's just
You left this way open for interpretation.
That's how I wanted it to be.
Why is that, Jacob?
Jacob's an artist.
Because, but it just I didn't feel the need to say that super directly.
That's how Jaden would have wanted it, I think.
Jaden is my number one
Do
inspiration.
you have
I believe that.
the not dark side of this?
That is the only thing. I was gonna make
Oh,
something
okay.
up if you didn't want the dark side.
Oh, okay.
I want to hear the not dark side of it still.
It's about fucking. I don't know, dude. I can't think of something on the spot.
So we see Jacob's creativity is in question.
Yes.
So all these must be authentic, really thought out, thought-provoking tweets he's had with himself.
No,
After-
that one is, but generally no.
After, let's talk about this tweet. Why did no one tell me that Lucky Charms were this fucking good?
dude. Because I've like slept on Lucky Charms hard for like a long time. My mom bought Lucky Charms one day randomly. I had a bowl of them and they fucking slapped. And I was
They
like,
do
holy
slap sometimes.
shit! Why have I been talking shit of Lucky Charms for years now?
But you've never tried them before that?
I feel like I had, but like for some reason in my mind they weren't good.
You just,
And so
like,
I just
never
didn't
went
eat
out
them.
of your way to like
Yeah.
go try them or
Because
something.
I thought they weren't good, so I was like, I'm always gonna pick a different cereal because I don't eat cereal all that often. So like when I finally did like eat them again, I was like, dude, these are good. What the hell?
I will say, as I've gotten older, definitely phased cereal out of my diet like entirely.
So I'm the same way. There was a point in time when after I graduated high school when I was a total pothead, and cereal was like the solid snack. Like you got like milk to keep your mouth not dry, and the cereal was just like you could just easily make it. Very easy thing to do. It's been like 3 years since I've last eaten cereal. Yeah, it kind of phased out of my life.
I'll
too.
like get a bag like maybe once every 2 months, and then like I'll eat it, and then I think what it was is when I was younger, that was like enough. That was like enough to satiate my hunger, and then
Right.
now after 2 bowls, I'm like, God damn it, I'm still really hungry. I don't want more of that.
That's
though.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fact.
Yeah.
I don't eat cereal often, but that was a pleasant surprise of how good Lucky Charms were. On that
You know, Josh, when we lived together, side note, me and Josh used to live together.
Right.
You ate a shit ton of cereal.
Yeah, I did.
Do you still do that?
No, I don't. It's kind of the same thing that Matt just said of I'll pour a bowl and I'll eat it, and I'm like, wow, I'm no more full than I was before I ate that. So then I'll eat another bowl. I'm still incredibly hungry. So I eat a third bowl. Now half the bag is gone. All my cereal's missing. I'm still hungry. I'm kind of tired of the cereal.
Little
I put
sick.
it back, and I'm like, okay, I just ate 3 bowls of cereal. So like I can't justify eating anything else, but I'm still hungry, and it just makes me kind of mad. So I kind of pass on the cereal now.
Man. And we're not dogging cereal. Cereal's amazing.
Oh,
Just-
I love it.
For whatever reason, just phase out of our life. What about this tweet, Jacob? I think maybe you watched a TED Talk after this or before this. Truth is only a matter of what you're taught.
I feel like that one's self-explanatory.
That makes sense, right?
That does make
yeah.
sense.
Was there a reason you tweeted this? Or you just
I'm sure at the time there was something that was more pertinent to that.
Was
I was
that
I was-
dated?
that I was dealing with, like that I was like not dealing with. That sounds really dramatic, but like you know what I mean. Like there was something I was
you
interacting
can say
with.
dealing with it. You don't.
But that's not
Like-
that's not conducive to what I felt during that.
What does that mean?
Something. I'm saying there's probably something I was interacting with or like reading or hearing about at the time that sparked
That's
that.
when a current can pass through it easily.
Oh yeah. Okay. Or heat. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
All
That's
right.
not what that means.
So this one here. Did you start a cult and call it a church?
Also self-explanatory.
Did you-
Kind of tongue in cheek.
Let me see what's going on here.
Because church is a cult.
April 10th. Let's see what that was when this tweet was. What day does that fall on here? That's on a Wednesday. Did you go to church that day? I know people go to evening church now.
I don't. You know what? Honestly, I think if I remember right, there's a road I drive on home, and there's 3 churches. One on the left side of the road and 2 on the right. Or I guess it's flipped depending which way you're going. But the way I was going, and it's one is a Catholic church. It's Willis. One's a Catholic. One's a Jehovah's Witness, and one's a Church of Christ.
Yeah.
And it's like the fucking parking lots, dude. It's like Mercedes, Cadillacs, BMWs, Infinities. You know, I'm seeing like I saw a Porsche in the parking lot, and it's just like when you, since I went to a private school my whole life as well as them too. It's like you realize like how like hypocritical it is. And I think when I drove down that, it was like Jesus Christ. It just kind of dawned on me.
All right. Well, I don't want to drag this out too long, so I have a couple more for you, Jacob.
Fast pace. Let's go.
This one here, it'll all end one of these days.
Earth.
That's a very, very dark tweet there, Jacob.
It is, but it's reality.
So you're talking about Earth in this tweet?
Everything.
Are these tweets?
You're very planet conscious, it looks like.
I'm not really, but
Via Twitter for iPhone.
Twitter for iPhone.
It'll all end one
That's
of
why I'm
these days.
selling my iPhone, because I'm saving the Earth one phone at a time.
It's already made though. How are you selling, saving the Earth?
I'm gonna find a way to compost my iPhone and make soil out of it.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
I actually found another one, so we got two more. Last one, or second one being, y'all ever miss your baby teeth? I've never missed my baby teeth, Jacob.
I don't know that I have either, to be honest.
All right.
I mean, somewhat. My baby teeth were straighter than my current teeth, so in that way, I was like my baby teeth looked better. I was looking at a picture of myself when I was a baby, and I was like, my teeth were like straight as fuck, and I was like, damn, my baby teeth were nicer than my current teeth.
I think it was like a deep metaphor for like he misses the time in his life when he had the baby teeth. Like a simpler time, things were easy, it wasn't so stressful.
Yeah,
so he
makes
misses the
sense.
baby teeth, but it kind of represents the life that he had at that age. Is that right?
No, it was my baby teeth are straighter than my adult teeth.
Oh, okay.
Well, Matt made an excellent response to this tweet. He said, "Man, what the fuck?"
That killed me.
I
That
have to
honestly
agree
made
with
me
that one.
fucking laugh hard.
The last one I have for you, I think someone told you a joke and you just didn't like it, and you had to go to Twitter for this. In parentheses, and I cannot stress this enough, close parentheses, isn't funny and adds nothing to your joke.
Oh, dude, that was childish, but it was when that was like becoming a really common trend on like Instagram and Twitter, for like every caption ever was like,
Win
it was
something.
like this is, and I cannot stress this enough, so important, and it was some bullshit, and I was like, it fucking stop. It doesn't do anything.
Oh, all right, man.
I would say most internet jokes that have evolved, like I think people know their dog shit too, is like when it has to have the word win to start the sentence. If you look at any comment section or any meme that's posted, like caption this, and it's always win something. When your friend's drinking an energy drink, something like that. Always. Every single time, 100% of the time.
All right, and we'll end this topic with this last thought-provoking tweet sent by Jacob. It reads, "Archaic hatred and blind ignorance. What a scary combination. Humanity first." I want you guys to ponder that while we move on.
That's
to the
such a
next topic
Donald Trump like format for a tweet.
Yeah, I mean it's followed by a red heart and a blue heart. I don't know if
Humanity
that's
first is
America.
Andrew Yang's campaign slogan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's Andrew Yang. Okay, for those who are curious about Jacob's Twitter, it's at 61JH_.
I just changed it recently.
Yeah, didn't
do
it
know
used
if
to
y'all
be
noticed that.
Jacob Beans?
Jake, I didn't know
It
you could
was.
change your Twitter handle, dude. I would have changed that fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Because my Snapchat's Jacob Beans too, and it fucking pisses me off because I hate that shit.
So yeah, go on Jacob's Twitter, see what he has to say. It's pretty
Tweet
interesting
me.
stuff.
Don't tweet me, please. Actually, I don't like confrontation.
Tweet Jacob.
The next thing I want to talk about is a segment we have called "Where's the Line?" And today, basically, this segment, for those who don't know, we're going to talk about subjects that are pretty touchy, and we need to figure out how far it can go before it crosses the line. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about white people celebrating. Today's Cinco de Mayo specifically because it is Cinco de Mayo, but Josh Haidt also mentioned like any holiday that's a reason to get fucked up, where like St. Patty's Day or what else did you say?
Oktoberfest.
Christmas, dude. Aunt Jan over in the corner.
Yeah.
I think, well, before I start, I want to say Josh Haidt over here actually is the man who created Where's the Line.
That's a true story.
Really?
True. So he gave me the idea and I ran with it.
Yeah.
So-
Thanks, Josh.
Shout out to Josh
When
Haidt.
when me and Josh Ford originally were gonna do a podcast, I came up with that concept, and he's like, "Wow, that's really good. Do you mind if I plagiarize it and start a different podcast and use it?" And I was like, "Oh, I actually said nothing because that conversation never happened, but it's happening right now." So,
Oh my
you're all-
god, dude!
Did you
Wow.
did you ever write it down?
No, I want to hear what Josh has to say
no,
right
I
now.
can't.
Did you ever circle a C afterward?
No, I can't say it.
No, you
You
didn't.
didn't,
No,
you didn't
no.
circle a C after?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
do my legal duties to keep myself protected.
Josh
that's
Ford,
for sure.
what do you have to say to yourself?
Where's the line, dude? What line?
Wait,
where's
where's
the
the
line?
Where's the line on that? Yo, listen, I took it and ran with it, and I didn't think
Literally
about
ran
it.
with
Fastest he's ever ran in his life, by the way.
Literally, like
Without pulling his
we
hamstring.
we talked about it, and like months had gone by, and then I ended up meeting Matt, and we ended up starting the podcast and getting everybody together. And it just popped back into my head.
You
I
know
was
what?
like,
I think I remember this conversation. I remember Josh saying, "Hey, I have this great idea I just thought of."
Well,
I didn't
Why
say
don't we
that.
do-
I didn't
Well-
say that.
well,
I didn't say that.
in Josh Ford's defense, to like speak up to his character on the situation, we were gonna go half on all the equipment, and then I threw my back out and was almost crippled with a severe back condition and had to quit work, so I didn't have money. And so because I didn't have the money from the severe back condition that made me quit my job, that's why he moved on from our podcast.
So
So,
y'all
like,
That's not it. That's not it.
Here we go. Let's hear it.
That's not
Let's hear it,
it.
Josh. Come
y'all
on.
could have started a podcast called The IR.
I don't get
That's
that.
Yeah, I
facts.
know.
yeah, that would have been good.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Josh, what do you have to say for yourself?
First of all, he's painting a really bad picture of me. It's not like that
Seems
at
kind of
all.
dry to me.
We just kind of fell through, and then we moved on with it.
Hey, how did you throw your back out? You 70?
No,
Yeah, pretty much. No, I was climbing into a lifted truck at work. I worked as a parking valet, and I have a lot of back spasms because I have like 2 deteriorated discs and mild spinal stenosis.
So he's like
Okay,
60
dude.
years old.
Was
So-
this a pity party? God damn.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was climbing into the truck and my back locked up and I fell out of the truck and laid in a parking lot while it was raining at 11:30 at night in the middle of South Lake yelling.
God.
Someone heard me.
Yeah, that was an interesting
Oh
text to
my
wake up
God.
to. I was taking like a fat nap. I wake up and it's just like my brothers like do my back went out. I was like, fuck, dude, I barely get like cognizant of what's going on right now because I just woke up.
Wow.
And then he was like there like 2 minutes later because my dad had to go get him.
Yeah.
So was that like? So I feel like if I did something like that and I had to scream for help, I would be like very embarrassed.
Oh yeah, it was awful.
Okay, yeah, I'm not the only one because I don't know. I feel like
I hit my mic.
obviously you need
I hit my
help,
mic,
but like I
sorry.
don't be like help me, like I need help, you know, like
Help.
yeah. I don't know. Obviously, I'm sure it wasn't like that for you. I don't know. That's what I feel like if I
That was probably the worst pain of all time, I'm sure.
yeah. Man, that sucks, man.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks that your friend had to blow you off in the podcast too and join.
Yeah.
us.
no, it's okay.
That's not how that happened. That's just not because like there was a huge time gap. Y'all don't understand. It's just not like boom, boom happened. It was like a boom, pause, boom. And that's how life is, you know. It's
So
just
you had
not-
time to think about it, so it's premeditated.
He had time to move on from like the grief of doing that to his good friend.
I couldn't move on because I couldn't walk because I was bedridden. But
I mean, there was no grief. To be honest, there was no grief. I was like, damn, Josh's back is bad. We're both broke. We probably can't do this thing. And so I just like let the idea go.
2 hours later.
It wasn't 2 hours later. It was like months later. It was months later, and I was just like, no, I want to do this really bad.
Whatever. I'm not bitter.
So where's the line, dude?
Yeah, it's fine.
Where's the line?
All right, back to Josh Hyde's topic here. Or,
Where's the
bit.
line on that?
Where's the line on Cinco de Mayo and white people celebrating it? Are they allowed to? I think they are.
Everybody's allowed to celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
It becomes, I think, problematic for people when you're like making a profit off of it.
So it's when you start making profit.
That's
Because there's people white people who go to Mexican restaurants and wear fucking sombreros and shake maracas around while they're chugging margs. Is that too much? I don't think that is.
that's just like celebration of culture almost
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, I think it's
Some people have deemed that the new phrase for that is cultural appropriation.
Yeah, but
that's not new. It's
appropriation is when you're doing something to, I guess, improve your position based
Yeah.
off somebody else's culture.
I've seen people like they argue that white
Oh,
people
yeah.
like celebrating Cinco de
Like
Mayo
that
hard is
chick in
cultural
her
appropriation.
prom dress with
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the-
that.
I think it was Chinese.
I think it was an
It was a
Asian
Chinese.
dress or something like that.
Well,
Wait,
it says
what?
Asian.
Say it again.
Basically, this girl wore like kind of traditional Asian style gown
Like a
to
kimono.
prom. Yeah, but it was. I don't know what exactly. I don't remember. I don't even remember how exactly it looked. I just kind of vaguely remember the story. But she wore it, and then
It's
like,
like that sleek silk, and then it's got
Yeah.
like a thigh slit almost, and
Oh,
it's
I
got
know
like
exactly what you're
gold.
talking
yeah, I think it's got like
dragons
maybe like
on it,
floral
yeah.
or like
I know,
dragon
yeah.
print, something like that. And then
Okay.
she did a pose in one of the pictures, which ended up not being what people thought it was, but people thought it was like an Asian like hand motion, and so people were calling it cultural appropriation. Like she's not Asian, she's wearing an Asian dress and making this hand sign.
Because
and-
Asians own all hand gestures.
It's facts, they
Just
do.
by the way,
and
too.
Beyonce owns marching band.
Mm-hmm. And in the color pink.
I like those tweets. I don't know if I actually liked them, but I enjoyed them.
Okay, so do you guys all agree that people were able to celebrate whatever holiday? I know both Joshes haven't said their bit on this yet.
I think it's okay. I think it's
okay?
okay. Yeah, it's just celebrating a holiday.
Yeah.
Everyone's relaxing. There's no like ill will towards it.
As long as it's respectful,
Yeah,
I think.
I
I think it's fine.
think most people's problem with it is for a lot of minorities, they feel like they've been mistreated or oppressed by white people for most of their existence within our country. So the idea that we would spend most of our country's history, holding those people down and oppressing them and preventing them from being equal to us, and then all of a sudden we take their culture to have a party and get messed up on margaritas, it's like, I think that's where a lot of people have their issue with it. Not necessarily that like, oh, margaritas are for, Hispanics, but it's like, oh, now all of a sudden you want to enjoy our culture when, you want to ship all of us out of the country because...
Damn, okay, I changed my mind. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Yeah, but an example, like, so one question I want to pose is, because it sounds like we all agree, is as long as you keep it respectful.
Yeah.
When is it disrespectful? Is it disrespectful when Donald Trump says Trump Tower has the best taco salads of all time? Is that disrespectful?
That's a little disrespectful. Yeah.
I think when people start like, I guess, butchering the culture, and they're like, hey, essay, like, pour me another margarita. Like, if Jacob said that shit, I'd be like, okay, you're a fucking idiot. Like, stop doing that. But as long as you're like I guess respectful, like, understanding, like, you're, as a white person, you're using this as an opportunity to drink.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know a lot of people know that it's for is it Mexican independence?
Independence, yeah.
Yeah. They know it is, but like they don't really care. They just want an excuse to drink.
Right.
And that's okay, but just make sure like you're not disrespecting the reason why you're doing it.
Like coming in there yelling out stereotypes.
You show up in like pointy boots, a rainbow poncho, and a sombrero, and you're a white dude. Then it's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's true. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, they'll spend the entire year, retweeting or sharing everything on Facebook, talking about, we need stronger immigration policies, and all the immigrants from south of the border are ruining our country, and we need to ship everyone back. And then all of a sudden Cinco de Mayo rolls around and you love Mexican culture, and then that's like the only day you have any kind of appreciation for it. I think if there's only one day a year that you appreciate and support Mexican culture, then I think that's a problem too.
It's especially strange to me down here in Texas, where it's so close to Mexico.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Tex-Mex is like a very real thing and a part of everybody's, diet regularly as a Texan.
Yeah,
like
it is.
And like just to be, just have like a hatred towards like another country's culture is just silly to me.
That is kind of crazy now you mention that. Like, a lot of like conservative white people always eat at the restaurant I work at. And it's like crazy, man. Like people wear like fucking MAGA shirts and hats and like come in here and eat.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like I never really thought about that. I was like, man, like
that is interesting.
That's like hypocritical.
Exactly.
Is that the good word for that?
Kinda.
I don't know.
In a way.
Because they'll sit there and claim like, well, if they're legal, we love them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'll be like, we don't hate Mexican people. We just hate them coming in illegally. But it's just a bullshit cop out.
And then we make it take like
to feel
15 years to get in legally, and then we're like, oh, sorry, bummer. That's just how it works. Should have been born here like me.
You've been pending for 27 years. Sorry, get back. Like, oh, what are you doing?
But also, they don't like it when you are born here or your kids are born here and they're legal. Right. That's the problem. Also,
little anchor baby thing.
But give them 3 Mambo taxis, dude. They'll show you what's what.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, that's pretty good.
So where is the line?
So the line is disrespecting the culture. So like for those, I mean, this is just 4 guys talking. We don't really have. I mean, you can take our opinions with a grain of salt, but
1, 2,
5 guys. I'm sorry. I can't.
We make burgers here.
Yeah. What?
What?
Five Guys burger.
God damn it, dude! This is like the 4th time.
That was a little stretch.
Oh, is it, dude? 5 Guys?
No. Why am I thinking? Why would I be thinking burgers or 5 Guys? Even
I got it instantly.
Did you?
Yeah. It's because
you should tweet about it.
It's because my Twitter is like so like intellectual. I'm just like on a different level as everyone else.
Yeah, Jacob's in 2040 while we're still in 20.
We're all just trying to catch back up.
Okay, well, I guess we'll wrap that up. That was a pretty good discussion about it. So enjoy your margaritas, guys. Just don't disrespect the Mexican culture.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's
now, another thing I wanted to do, I don't know if you guys are down with it. Actually, we should probably, before we do the fast food thing, we should talk a little bit about Josh, because Josh is here. And we have not talked about Josh one single time.
All right.
And we don't mean this one, because he's always here.
All right.
Yeah.
But, so Josh, you're Jacob's brother.
Yes.
You and Jacob are siblings.
We are.
Same blood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What caused you to, I guess, start this new project that you started? The redundancy.
What was that segue?
It was a nice segue. That was a nice segue.
He's talking about your YouTube channel.
I was
Right,
trying,
yeah.
I was trying to come up with more bullshit, but
Same blood. Tell us about your YouTube channel.
So for past maybe 5 years, I've been pretty into sports, football specifically, NFL even more specifically.
Facts.
And I love, talking about it, the draft, free agency, games, players, team building, all that stuff like that. And I talk about it a lot, but to myself, like I'm kind of insane in a way.
Like actually, like out loud, like in the shower. Or something?
Sometimes out loud, sometimes it's in my head, but I'll be in the shower and like
Rain Man.
yeah, pretty much. And I'll just close my eyes and I'm on the set of some broadcast network talking about all these things, and I pretend I'm on TV, and I'm not. I'm just taking a shower.
Is that what you want to do with your life? Be like a sports commentator?
I would love
or
to, actually. Yeah,
broadcaster?
that's what I'm hoping to do.
Cool.
And so I just spend so much time just talking to myself about it. And I think I'm pretty good with words and communicating and getting my thoughts out. And I spend so much time talking to myself about it. I figured I could talk out loud in front of a camera and start a YouTube channel and see how it goes. I'm going to school for broadcast journalism to go into sports broadcasting. So it's something I want to do for the rest of my life. And so I figured this was a good way to kind of get my feet wet and kind of get started.
Cool,
So
man.
For
definitely,
sure.
like Josh's football knowledge is insane.
It's always
It's
blown
incredible.
me away.
It's incredible. I remember being in high school and Josh is just writing down this notebook. It's this huge ass notebook. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like, we're not really taking notes in class. So I take his notebook. I mean, I asked for it, of course. And I look
Beat
at
the
it.
shit
and
out of him. Okay, nerd. Shoves me in a locker.
And in the notebook, it's all like draft predictions, all information about the rookies, how people are going to play out during the season. And he's just writing everything about football.
Yeah, in class, I would write mock drafts in a spiral. And for every pick, I would write the team, the player. I would give my scouting report and then give how I thought he would fit with that specific team for the 32 picks of the first round. And then I would usually go through the first 3 rounds and then call it good after that.
Have you ever had like some crazy ass accuracy on those?
Some of them, yeah.
Really? That's awesome. That's pretty. That gives me chills actually. That's crazy how predictive that can be, or you are actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what is this channel called?
Josh's Sports Talk.
Josh's Sports Talk, and this is on YouTube.
It is.
And so far you've talked about, was it the Cardinals?
I led it off with whether or not the Cardinals should take Kyler Murray. And then I did a video on my thoughts of all the first round draft picks from the NFL draft. And then I just did a video last night about my predictions for the NFL Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year for this upcoming season. So
For the season that hasn't even started yet.
for the season that hasn't even started yet.
Wow. So this is based on a person's performance in college.
Their performance in college, the team they went to, and the role he's going to play on that team.
That's insane. So the draft has already happened, right? That happened last
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
I don't know if was your predictions accurate?
Some of them. The thing is, whenever I do the mock drafts, I don't predict any trades because that's way too hard to guess.
Okay.
And so trades are usually what throws the whole thing off. But I mean,
Okay.
I was on some of them.
Cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Aggressive.
So you are like Rain Man, literally.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
I'm more.
I've been pushing him to do that for a long time.
Yeah, he
You
has.
can ask me. You can ask him that. It's like I always knew he'd be really fucking good at it, especially because like when you talk to a dude who can rattle off the height, weight, speed, 40-yard dash, vertical, broad jump of 100 players, like pretty much like
You
in
know
a
all
row,
that?
dude. Like first 2 rounds worth of players, he knows like almost every stat about him. And it's like, use that. Like you're
Yeah,
dedicating so much to
you
that
really
to just
should,
let it
yeah.
to you just piss away just talking to me about it. You know what I mean? And like, and so and obviously I think he's got like the charisma to be entertaining.
Yeah.
So I have been pushing him to do that for a long time.
Yeah,
So
he
it
has
was,
been for a
it was
long time.
dope when he finally fucking did it.
Cool.
That's
man.
facts.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed your first video watch. I was like, hey, did it?
I've known people who are really into sports and like they talk about it and I'm like, I don't really follow sports that much. but not to your caliber. That's crazy. You know a lot about sports.
Thank you. It's mostly NFL football is really my wheelhouse. I'm trying to get more into basketball. I didn't start watching basketball till the last few years. I really enjoy it, but I'm still learning, the whole league and the workings of the league and all the specifics and stuff like that.
Yeah, and watching you learn, because I've watched basketball for a long time, and for you, you're caught up to me and you're starting to know more than I know, and because you're just a lot more invested into it than I am, and it's incredible how you retain so much knowledge like that.
So just to give the folks a little taste, who did you say was going to be Rookie of the Year or whatever?
They gotta watch the video, dude.
One player.
Spoil a little bit.
One player.
I'll go with the obvious one. I said for the end.
The obvious one?
the offensive Rookie of the Year, I said Kyler Murray. Quarterback, I think he's going to start from day one. And there weren't a lot of high caliber offensive players in this draft, and no one's really set up to have a big year except for him. So
who's he going with? Or who'd he go with?
The Cardinals, Arizona.
That's smart.
As far as rookie players go, that's what you mean?
Yeah.
Someone set up like him.
Right.
Yeah, definitely by default.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he'll be an outstanding quarterback, but you're right. This is definitely a defensive draft.
Yeah, very much so.
Definitely
Heavy
defensive
defense.
Very much so.
And he's clearly the best offensive player that came out.
Nah, Dwayne Haskins is, but he's close.
Well,
congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you.
I mentioned Dwayne Haskins if he can beat out Case Keenum for the starting job in Washington, but I don't think Haskins is going to start right away.
I don't think it'll happen day one, but it'll happen.
And, the next runner-up I said was Josh Jacobs, the Alabama running back that Oakland took in the first round, because he should come in and start right away. The only competition he has on the roster is Doug Martin, and it's Doug Martin, so.
I don't even know who that dude is.
You don't know who Doug Martin is?
No, not Doug Martin.
Oh.
Buccaneers.
Josh
Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs, yeah, I don't know him.
Old
Isn't
Alabama
he
running back.
like a fashion designer?
Yeah, he is.
But
he does that on the side.
if you're interested in the topic just discussed momentarily, he's got a video up on it right now on his YouTube channel. It linked in our description, so go check it out. Give your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Argue with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at the predictions, bookmark it, and come back to us.
If it isn't, dude, we'll drop his address. You can go kill him. Okay, no, we won't do that.
brother, dude. Come on.
I expect
This dumbass dude, that would be his address.
we do not live in the same house.
That's true.
Dude, shut up, Jacob.
My bad. I expect excellence. No, but for real though, it'll be linked. Go check out his video. He goes into it even way further than that on his channel. So
I appreciate any feedback. So
When does the season start?
About a week, dude.
fuck, dude.
Isn't it a week?
Isn't
No.
Isn't the Hall of Fame game in August? Like early August.
August.
That shit's coming quick.
And then preseason's through August, and the season starts like mid-September.
Okay.
So we got OTAs and mini camps and training camps and rookie
Man,
camps.
those are some bold predictions, man. If you're 4 or 5 months before the season even starts.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
they could be totally wrong, but they probably won't be.
One thing I wanted to talk to you about, Josh,
Yes, sir.
and you don't have to, you don't want to, but me and you did play football together.
We did.
For 4 years of high school, and it was a blast. But I wanted you to talk about junior year going against Trey Hart.
Okay, so my junior
point.
year, they moved me to cornerback where I started. Now I'm not a very big guy. I'm sitting down so you can't see me, but I'm about 5'6", $175, which is not very big. So they moved me to corner. Anyway, so they moved me to corner, and that's where I start the season. And I mostly did okay until we played a school called First Baptist in Dallas, and their lead wide receiver, his name was Trey Hart. He was a football and track star, already committed to Purdue for their track team and football team. He won state in the 100-meter dash for track, so crazy fast guy.
Bro, it was fast. It was insane.
And so my coaches were like, hey, height, you got him, right? And I'm like, no, I don't. But I didn't get a choice. So they lined me up across from this guy. And I was playing probably 6 yards off of him. And I had the deep third zone on the left side of the field. And he runs a straight 9 and runs right by me like I'm not even there. Scores a touchdown on, I think, the first play of the game. He scores on me. So I'm like, wow, okay. So I'm like, let me scoot back. So the next time we're out there, I scoot back to like 10 yards deep. And I'm supposed to be standing at 5, but I scoot back to 10.
You're like a safety right now?
Yeah, I'm almost the free safety depth. They snap the ball. He runs a 9. He runs straight by me again. Like, as soon as they snap the ball, I'm turning and running, and he's running straight by me, catches another touchdown. I'm like, okay, this is not going well. I think he did it another time to me later in the game.
But you don't have like safety help because it's all.
I feel like by now your team should know this guy.
You would think. So our defense was kind of weird, and we didn't do a lot of safety help.
You didn't play football, really.
We ran a lot of cover 3, especially against this team, and so the strong safety would drop down and play the flat, kind of like an extra linebacker, and then our free safety had the middle of the field, and then the 2 corners had the 2 halves of the field, all left and right side, and we would have as deep as it would go.
Real quick, to put into perspective, these wide receivers, okay, Trey Hart was the fastest.
Yeah?
But these other guys were not slow.
No, they weren't scrubs either.
They were not scrubs. They were D1 athletes, too.
Yeah, they were.
This defense worked for, like, small Christian schools.
Right,
football,
yeah.
Because, like, we didn't have any, like, really elite quarterbacks. Very few, like, really solid receivers that could dominate a third of the field. Too. And so playing without safety help usually was okay because the passing attack was not enough to warrant it.
Yeah, well, most teams ran against us.
Yeah.
And so we would scoot players towards the box to defend the run, and that worked out well until Speedy Gonzalez shows up and makes me look like I've never played the sport of football before in my life. And the worst one of them all was they had marched all the way down to the 10-yard line off a big play that I actually didn't give up for the first time that night. And I'm so excited. I'm like, okay, red zone. He can't run by me this time, so I've got him. So they snap the ball. He's just jogging. He's not even trying. He just jogs in the end zone. The quarterback throws it up. This guy jumps over top of my head, one hands it over my head, and I face plant after trying to deflect it out of his hand.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That sucks, dude.
It was rough. And so they score on me, and everyone's laughing. Like, everyone on the other team's just laughing at me. And I deserve it. This guy's kicking my ass. And so I'm like, this sucks.
So we've all had. Go ahead.
So these assholes go for 2 after they catch that touchdown on me, and they run the ball. And so I'm going to make the tackle. The running back bounces it outside. I go in pursuit, and then Trey Hart comes from the blind side and decleats me on a cutback block so hard I almost backflipped and just laid on the field. And that I almost quit football that night. That was rough. That was one of the worst nights of my life.
That fucking sucks.
It sucked.
I remember being mad at you because I didn't understand it first. So I was really pissed off when I got taken out the game for a second just to catch my breath. And I looked at you.
Quit.
I saw how far back you were, and the ball snapped. He just take off, go right past you. Instantly, all my anger just went away. I was like,
Put you into perspective there.
Like, he really can't do anything.
Well, I would get to the sideline, and I'd have, like, all the reserve cornerbacks would be like, hey, no, you need to scoot up on him and jam him at the line so he can't run by you. And then someone else is like, no, you need to scoot up further so that you can stay with him. And another person's like, okay, if you stay on the inside of him, then you can force him to the boundary and he can't run. I'm like, I'm out here because you guys suck. Like, if you guys were better, I wouldn't have to do this. But you are my backup, so please stop telling me how to do this.
You weren't even supposed to play corner that night.
No.
Like, our actual, like, 6'1", 6'2" corner was, like, had, like, a soccer injury, I think.
Who was it?
Was it Josh? Oh, there's a lot of Joshes.
Michael. I thought it was Michael Davis. He
Michael
broke his femur that year.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was Michael.
Well, this exact example that you just gave of your experience is the exact reason why I don't like watching college sports. Is that exact reason?
Super good guy going against someone who's not.
It's yeah.
No offense to you, of course,
I'm
but
not
it's just like a superstar, and then like just a dude playing quarter.
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't like watching college football.
I can appreciate that.
That and there's too many teams.
Yeah.
So what you described sounds like, I feel like everyone has a high school moment where it was just they remember it so fondly because of how embarrassing it was. That was like my story with the Lane Lewis hitting the walk-off grand slam off of me. It was like that. Like
podcast number 1.
Yeah, that was a throwback story.
I unfortunately have a lot of sports moments that I remember really vividly for all the wrong reasons.
That was by far the worst one.
That's definitely your low point.
That's your low point.
Yeah. I remember like by second quarter, I had to I wasn't in the stadium anymore, dude. I was like, we're throwing football with my friends. I was listen, he's getting smoked so hard right now. I'm like, damn, I can't watch this, man.
This is my brother.
And this, I think, that was my 8th grade year, so I wasn't on the team yet, so it wasn't like I could leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'd hear screaming from the sideline, like, who the hell is this scrub? And I'd look over, and it's Jacob booing me. So.
What a supportive brother.
Yeah, it was great.
That's funny. Wow. So,
damn, how many people are in attendance at this game?
It was a decent
Is this a
amount.
big game for you guys, or is this?
It was our first game of the year, second game.
No, it had been a few games. It's probably game 4.
They were in our
3 to 4.
district. They were in our district that year. weren't
Yeah,
they?
which sucked.
There was probably 300 people there. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that's
Ish.
That's good.
Yeah.
amount.
I'm sure.
I'm sure we
they've
could
forgotten by
nitpick,
now.
but like,
We were expected to like do great things that year, and we did. That was just like a sore spot. So we had a lot of people come out for the entire season.
Who predicted that?
The school. Like our class was just like
Josh predicted it.
supposed to be like these like super athletes.
His notebook.
Yeah.
Senior just wrote it down. Yeah.
That's what happened. Josh took his notebook. He says, "We're gonna do great things this year," and then he got smoked.
Smoke. No, I predicted me getting smoked. I just didn't show anybody that page.
So
Shredder.
okay, so
Senior
Dallas
year,
Baptist, is this a wealthy school?
no, not really. They got busted for giving sports scholarships.
Yeah,
though.
that was the thing was is they weren't wealthy, but they would because in our
Recruit.
our division it was illegal to recruit and give athletic scholarships, but you could give academic scholarships. So they got busted because they had 17 players, I think it was.
Yeah.
That were there on academic scholarship, but had under I think a 2.5 GPA or under a 2 or something like that. So obviously they were not up to the academic
Damn,
standards.
Josh, you might want to blur out the school in post.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking
I
about
don't
that
know.
as I said that.
Well, they come after us, dude. Hey, Dallas.
I thought
DB,
they got busted. It's
whatever.
already known.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
I
think
guess.
it's a problem.
I don't know the logistics of all this.
I don't know. I was just thinking, damn, what if like some First Baptist Dallas dudes watching is like, what the fuck, dude?
We're not slandering, dude. We're being honest.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I guess that's true. Yeah.
This is true. So that's why they were so good. They had all these athletes there that shouldn't have been there.
Oh, okay, that
And-
makes sense.
And so
But they didn't get busted that year. They got
busted after
later.
we left.
Okay.
And it just kind of explained a lot.
So I asked that question because, and this might be a coincidence, but like with any sport I've played, and I've been playing sports. I used to play sports for a while, like 12 years straight. Every time we'd face a wealthy team, whether it be South Lake, Grapevine, dude, they were always so good.
Oh yeah.
Is it something in their food? Do they have are the coaches getting paid well? They have really good coaches. What do you think is going on there?
I think that they obviously have the best coaches there. And the big things is the weight rooms. Because the weight rooms is such a big expense for schools. And it can have such an impact on your season. If your guys are strong and big and fast, it helps your team out a lot. And whatever they need for a weight room, they can go get. Whereas us, we were kind of just lifting each other up in a small, sweaty shack.
Y'all,
And
that's-
so,
I remember that.
one Bowflex everybody shared.
Yeah,
Right,
I remember
exactly.
those. Okay, that makes
My
sense.
weight room was a lot better than y'all's.
yeah, that's true.
That's
They upgraded
They
it right after we
upgraded it
left.
the year the summer after they graduated.
Yeah, so that was great.
Okay.
We practically built that damn.
That
place.
makes sense. Yeah, because I remember being in the sweaty shack, doing push-ups, and as soon as the coach turns around, getting on my knees, dude, busting out knee push-ups. Dude,
Right.
I'm sure there was no discipline. There was no discipline going on. So I'm sure those kids were heavily disciplined and had the right equipment to really develop their.
And you just get like
And-
when you have like a winning culture, which like
Yeah.
wealthy programs do. I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, like with the Patriots. Like when you win a lot, people want to play for you. So they
Oh, okay.
draw the good athletes to it as well.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
And they're able to come up with a lot of parent sponsorships for the underprivileged kids who probably couldn't afford to go there, but they're really athletic. So the parents say, "Well, we want him, playing wide receiver for us, so we'll cover his tuition for
That's
him."
crazy,
Whereas
man.
school
High
doesn't.
school football.
I will never be that dad who's like so into my son's high school football team, dude. Like Randy Marsh,
Strange.
dude. Like just getting drunk at the games, dude. Taking my shirt off, and like willing to fight people over like my son's team. Dude.
So you wouldn't pay $500,000 to get your kid on the USC rowing team?
Absolutely not.
No, hell no. Who did that?
Wasn't that long? What's her name?
McLaughlin.
Oh,
Lori Loughlin?
Lori
Yeah,
Aunt Becky.
Yeah, Aunt Becky. Yeah, I forgot her name for a second.
No, I would not do that. I don't know. If my kid loves rowing that much, I would put him in a
She wasn't even
select
rowing
league,
team.
dude. I don't know. Select rowing.
Select
league.
rowing, dude.
The Pee Wee rowing team. They just kayak across ponds.
What'd you do if you're your son? Dad, I want to be on a rowing team.
I mean, that's a
be
it's
cool
a good
with that.
sport. It's a
It
cool
cost
sport.
it cost $5,000 a year
Fuck
to fund
no.
it.
No.
Can't you just swim like the other kids?
Yeah, what equipment do you need to like row really?
A row machine.
A boat.
Yeah.
A row,
An oar.
Maybe like what, like a cheap $500 kayak or
a
something.
speedo.
I think it has
Some oars.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen. Maybe,
Uh,
maybe water bottle, stay hydrated.
The intense training that goes into it.
Yeah. But I would be. I mean, if my kid wanted to do rowing, I'd be cool with that.
I mean, yeah, that'd be sick.
Because I'm just thinking of like, the Olympics. Those people are ripped in the Olympics.
God damn it, dude! And they go like, 80 miles an hour in this
that's
boat
what-
together.
their
Like,
boats fly.
Yeah,
dude.
it is cool seeing like a unison, like just one row, just. Or just like, I don't know, it's crazy. Very like synchronized.
hold on, the sun was in my eyes one more time.
Sorry, I missed it. Can't
Just
go back.
hold on, one more time.
Sorry, I already forgot what we were talking about.
Talk about the rowing team. I heard a sound effect, but I didn't see it.
Oh well, you just had to hear it if it was a sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it, so that's they just sound like that. So I'd be like, yeah, son, you can. I mean, if it costed $500,000, I don't know if I could afford that. That's probably
At
be like,
once or like a year?
I don't know. I didn't think that hard on it, I guess, but I would say like
Come
over
on, dude.
over the course
This
of
is
the
your
year,
scenario.
over the course of the year,
$5,000
you end
over
up
the course of the year.
paying.
So that chick had a scholarship for rowing.
No.
So
yeah,
what
no.
happened was
I didn't think so. I
Yeah.
thought she was like a party girl. Who
yeah,
did
yeah.
Shit.
So her mom wanted to get her into USC, and so she paid the school $500,000 to get her daughter on the row team, which she was not actually a member of, so that she would get automatic acceptance because she was on a sports team.
Wow. Now is Aunt Becky? Is she still relevant? Is she?
Well, she
She
is
was,
now.
She was on Fuller House.
Oh,
Yeah,
she was
last
on Full
season,
House.
yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to think like.
Fuller House, the like, way past its prime.
The
Yes.
Grab, McCash grab.
The sequel no one asked for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think like I feel like I couldn't if I were famous in the '90s, but I'm like irrelevant now. I don't think I would have $500,000 unless maybe she was very responsible with her money.
Well, I'm pretty sure John Stamos got a lot of
Yeah, but
money.
he also does like commercials and he was in You and all that. Like he's still relevant.
Well, her
Ed
husband.
Becky's
he's not
husband's
relevant,
loaded.
though.
Yeah, her husband, which is not John Stamos,
But
has
John-
a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of money.
Have you heard of the clothing brand Mossimo or Massimo, whatever?
Yeah.
It's
Target
like
jeans.
Target's home brand.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He made that.
Oh, really?
shit.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dude is
Swimming.
I doubt Lori Loughlin was the one paying those checks.
So why is she getting the flack for it? Why is she the one getting?
She's just a lot more famous. It's easy target. Like
So didn't she get like prosecuted and stuff?
I think both of them did.
Oh, both of them did,
Yeah.
but she was just the face of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like he should be the face. Man, they should share that shit. I feel like he's big enough to be like, and the designer for Target. Like, I'd be like, oh shit, that guy's
Yeah.
in-
I guess they're probably like they probably want her as the face of it. Like if you look like for their like joint bank account.
I'm
Think
sure
about it.
Target was like, yo, don't,
They're probably
don't put this guy in it. Like,
and Becky's probably like, okay, dude, I'm acting in like one more season of a show and it's gonna tank because like who's watching Fuller House? Come on.
Facts.
And then my career's probably over, but Massimo's killing it. So like, keep you out of it. I'll take the flack, like the media flack for it.
And there's really no like repercussions for people for like richer folks, richer celebrities. You go to like if you fuck around, do a whole bunch of drugs, you don't really serve any time. You just go
No.
to rehab,
Mhm.
Yeah.
or you pay a fine, which is probably not shit to you, and then that's it. And now for like an average person who gets caught doing something, now they have this thing on the record. Now it's hard to get a job or whatnot. Like,
that's kind of true. Yeah.
but Lindsay Lohan, she can find work no problem.
Facts.
What's going on there? Why do you think that is?
Hmm?
Why do you think that is?
Because dude, she used to be super bad, dude, and then she started fucking around with drugs.
So I know, but like, is she
'Cause
still?
she
Is she still getting like the same criminal charges as like one of us would get, or is there
probably
some
not.
exemption?
I would say
going on?
probably not.
Probably not.
They can afford really good lawyers.
That's the difference.
That makes sense.
If
Okay.
you can find the littlest loophole in a court of law, which the good lawyers can, but they're just expensive, then you can at least cut your sentence pretty significantly. It's like 6-9, almost getting out.
Right.
What's going on with him? Is he
Wait,
still?
is
I don't know. I don't know what's going on actually.
Okay,
I was talking about like
curious.
a past story, but like where those talks that he may get out. I mean, he's got a good ass lawyer.
Yeah.
So the talks right now is that he may get out. He's still in it.
Yeah, I don't really know where that whole situation's at now, so I don't want to like talk out of my ass. But
I'm
I
also
think-
not that interested. I just want.
I don't give
If
a
you don't
fuck
know,
about
like I don't give a
6ix9ine.
shit. Like, yeah, I'm down to just drop it right now.
There was that.
Where's the line with talking about? No, I'm just kidding.
There was a story that just came out with I think he was a bus driver who admitted to
Dude.
raping a 14-year-old girl, and he only got like a $300 fine.
What?
Where is this at? Like Philippines or something?
He looked like Chris. He looked like Chris Farley. Too.
Yeah, he did.
Looked like, ironically, Billy Madison bus driver.
I don't actually remember where this was.
That's who you think of. We think of Chris Farley, dude, the Billy Madison bus driver, dude.
The guy looked like Chris Farley, and he was a bus driver. So therefore,
okay.
Chris Farley and Billy Madison,
I'll
the
give you-
fucking bus
I'll give you
driver,
that one.
dude.
Okay, I'll give you
That's
that
pretty
one.
good. That's not a stretch.
I will give you
That's
that
not
one.
a
That was a good connection.
Man, I was about to get oof.
Dang, he got kind of.
Ooh, Mason was about to
Y'all
get
don't-
angry.
Chris Farley's an
Getting
icon,
stuff,
dude.
dude.
He's an, I know wasn't past me, but he is an icon, dude. It's more than just a bus driver at Billy Madison. But he's dead, so that doesn't matter. Anyway, so
I mean, they did a tribute to him the other day, Chris Farley. It was really good.
Who's they?
How's R. Kelly doing?
Adam Sandler.
40 minutes in, we pretty good.
Wait, I don't think y'all talked about it in the last 2 weeks. So
We mentioned him
We mentioned him
the last 2 weeks.
when you were gone. We mentioned
okay.
him. Yeah, it was
He was
that
the-
was with Garrett, right?
no,
that
I
was-
was there for Garrett. That was Andrew Yang.
Okay, well that was like 3 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, so he was kind of off the radar there, but now he's back. Let's talk about R. Kelly.
I
don't know if there's anything to talk about.
I think the R. Kelly thing has ran its course.
Yeah, we'll see.
And so he's probably coming back.
I'm waiting.
I was watching the Trapped in the Dry and the what is it?
Trapped in the Drive-Thru?
No.
Oh, Trapped in the Closet?
Yeah, Trapped in the Closet. I was watching that whole
Oh, the whole anthology, dude.
stupid dude, but
It's
it's like
retarded.
it's so funny though because of like some of the phrases or words he'll sing is just like you would never think those would be lyrics to a song, but like they come out sing-songy. It's just hilarious to me.
Do you know what it is? I don't know why I thought of this. In the song "Hey Y'all" by Outkast, he like wrote that song because of like the way that, like hip hop was going. Do you know what I'm saying? Like apparently he like wrote it because like hip hop was becoming more about like just like the vibe and like it being like I guess club music or like like stuff like party music instead of like like
Yeah, that's totally not what any Outkast album sounds like ever.
what do you mean?
That song "Hey Y'all" is not like if you listen to that only, you're like, "Oh, this is who they are." That's
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
not
Exactly,
who Outkast
yeah.
is.
Because it's funny because like he wrote that song because like it's obviously playing clubs all the time. Like it's a very party song, but in the lyrics he's like, I think he mentions the lyric. I'll have to look it up, but it says something like he's like you're not even gonna listen to these lyrics or something like that. And like he like mentions that because he knows like this shit. He's like it's about like something serious. That song is about something serious, but like no one gives a shit because it's like a happy vibe and everything. And like it's like I don't know why I thought of this, but. Like the whole song by Hey Y'all, it's actually like a depressing song if you actually read the lyrics.
I didn't know that, dude.
yeah.
That's actually sick.
Yeah.
If I remember right, Hey Y'all was off. What was that? Their Speaker Box album or whatever, which I think was a kind of like a 2-disc, like 2-part album that they did, where Andre 3000 did like his half and then Big Boy did his half, and so they each kind of did their own song separately. But then they put it as Outkast and then released it under one box thing. So that's why it doesn't really sound like the rest of their music because it was pretty much just Andre 3000's song.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Andre 3000, dude, is such a talented pianist,
Oh, yeah.
dude. Wow, what a great guy and great lyricist. Dude.
Y'all remember his
also
cartoon
has a
TV
talented
show?
penis.
What?
What?
What did you say, Jacob?
Something
were you
about his
saying?
penis.
No, what were you saying? Though,
Anyway,
Josh?
Class of 3000. Is that
Yeah,
what you're talking about?
Class of 3000.
Yeah, that was a
the
good
kids show. It was fucking lit.
That was a good show.
What show is that?
Wait, what show? I'm sorry, what show?
Y'all
Was
remember
this?
Class of 3000? His TV show?
don't remember that.
I don't know.
Yo, it was fucking lit.
He had a
Class of
cartoon
3000.
for kids, like on Cartoon Network, I think it was.
Oh, you know what? I do remember that.
Yeah.
Though. It was past when I was watching
Yeah,
cartoons
it
and
would've
stuff.
been.
But it was like that. Almost. What is it? Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe this is Mandela effect. Like Teen Titans Go animation, almost
Kinda.
something like that. I just
Ish.
I vaguely
Ish.
remember it.
It came around the time like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and
Right.
stuff like that just started doing shit. But no, Andre's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I miss
That's
him a
sick.
lot. He needs to come out with new music. But he just chilling. He lives in Texas, right?
I actually don't know.
He's my neighbor, dude.
I can no.
That's
He's
not true.
He's not my neighbor.
Not even
He will be though. Get ready, Andre.
I have this question for you. It's sports related.
Okay.
I don't really know how to formulate it as a question, but when I look at somebody had this tweet on here. It's player A and player B. It's a bunch of stats. One is Daniel Jones and one is Kyle Shermer. To me, when I look at these stats, they're pretty goddamn similar. But I want to say that this tweet is basically saying that the person who went undrafted deserved to be drafted, whereas Daniel Jones did not. Maybe not in that spot, but to me, these numbers look very similar. Which I'm sure you've already seen these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that before.
And this is the Giants quarterback, right?
Their new
When
quarterback.
I look at these numbers, those are almost, to me, they're pretty goddamn close as far as numbers go.
Yeah, very similar. I know a lot of people were grilling the Giants for that pick because a lot of the analysts
You see?
had a second or third round grade on him, and so a lot of people don't think he's a very special quarterback. And so the Giants had 2 picks. They had pick number 6, and then they had pick number 17, and they take Daniel Jones at pick number 6 when the reality of the situation was no one between 1 and 15 was going to take him, but they were convinced that someone was going to jump in front of him and take him. And so they were pulling the league of, okay, which teams were gonna jump the Giants to take him, and the consensus among the league was we're not touching that guy, we don't want him. And so a lot of people had a lot to say about Daniel Jones. He had unspectacular numbers. He has pretty unspectacular tape. I mean, he looks like your stereotypical 3rd or 4th round quarterback that David Gettleman just decided he was in love with.
Because he was like, apparently people saying he was like groomed by the Mannings. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He attended like the Mannings football camps.
Yeah, when they did the quarterback camps, he was there.
So therefore, he's
and so he
groomed.
is the
So
next.
he's next to Peyton Manning.
And so not only do they bring this guy in, who a lot of people are like, okay, I don't think he's actually going to be that good, and then they're going to have him mentored by the 38-year-old Eli Manning. And so I just don't know what they're expecting out of that pick.
Who knows? Eli could be a good quarterback coach. He's not a good quarterback anymore. But
Yeah,
he can maybe coach because Eli cannot throw a football that much anymore. He can't throw it deep now.
not well.
Not at all. Got Odell having to throw balls for him anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Are you a Cleveland Browns fan? What are you? Are
I
you
like
still Cowboys
Cleveland.
fan?
I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm pretty neutral. Honestly, I'm kind of just an NFL football fan. I just like watching football. Like I feel like
the Steelers.
Like I feel like you like I feel like you have to have a team that you cheer for. So I have one. It really originated because my dad and my brother are big Washington Redskin fans, and I didn't even like football at the time, but
Disgusting.
I was like, oh, I kind of want to root against them, so I cheer for the Cowboys, and it's just kind of stuck. But I don't know. I like to think I'm pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Where does your Redskin fandom come from?
When I was younger, not that I don't now, but when I was younger more so, I admired my father pretty heavily. So just him being a Redskins fan was like, it made me a Redskins fan just by default because, like, you know, the little kid following his dad, that's not uncommon at all. And then I just got invested into it, and I followed them, and it's like I got to a point where I was just like I was invested into it. Like I know all the players and stuff like that, so it's like that's just who I root for. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you're a part of a cursed team. I'm pretty sure the Redskins are cursed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Accurate, yeah.
'Cause
Unfortunately,
nothing good happens, and anything that does happen that's good.
we got
dies.
Dwayne Haskins, so
Maybe if they changed their racist name.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you think the curse was put onto him by Native Americans?
Probably.
there was a
be.
dance done cursing us.
Was it really?
No,
Oh, I was gonna say that's pretty cool.
there may have been actually. I don't
You
know.
probably
I can't
look it
say
up
that
and
there
find
isn't,
something.
but
They got a whole line of voodoo dolls on the roster.
I'll just say every time the Washington Redskins come on, I'm triggered. So
I see both sides of it actually, whether it's racist or not.
So my roommate,
It's racist.
my roommate's girlfriend is half Navajo, and so I sat down and talked to her about it and hearing her side, and she convinced me pretty good that it's a pretty offensive name. So
What's the argument?
It
Yeah,
has
yeah,
it has
what-
some pretty racial.
What did she say?
Intense.
well,
ties.
there's a few things. Well, first and foremost, when the people who came over from Europe were still colonizing the country, they worked off the barter system a lot, and one form of currency was if you killed a Native American and scalped them, you could keep that scalped head, and it was called a redskin, and it was kind of money. Like I got 2 redskins, can I get 3 blankets?
Jesus.
And you would trade them in for stuff, and so like that name itself.
What?
obviously is pretty rough. And then anytime you address people by the actual color of their skin, most people tend to get offended.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you think about like all the major nationalities, especially like at least the ones in America right now, there's usually a pretty identifiable derogatory word for them.
Like what, Jacob?
Like no, but like obviously you know what I'm saying. So most people say like redskin is that for Native Americans, but it's just a small population now. It's like, but you know, there's people who say it was actually a term of endearment at the time. But that's like a whole.
Who's saying it?
well,
Were people wanting redskin back then?
I mean, truthfully, there's an Indian tribe that signed like a peace treaty with Dan Schneider, who owns the Redskins.
Indian.
Native American tribe, who said we acknowledge his word as it is not offensive to us as Native Americans. I think that's baloney. I think he probably signed a healthy check for that, but
Yeah.
that did happen.
I mean,
We're
I
approaching
think
an hour, just so y'all know. So
What do you
just-
all right, so what do you think of scalping? Or
What do you mean?
What do you scalping?
What do you mean? What I think of scalping?
What do you expect?
I just like like the Predator. He takes trophies, which is usually like skulls and spines and shit like that.
Mhm.
Oh, the fictional guy, Predator,
Yeah, the
In
real alien.
in that fictional movie, Predator.
Right in that
Yeah.
that real movie.
Okay.
It's nonfiction.
the guy
But-
revered for his high character
Mhm.
and peace and well-being amongst the universe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And most warriors like to take trophies in the old like the war heavy cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand scalping though. I just don't.
Yeah, it seems.
I feel like there's something else I could have wanted, like fingers, maybe bones or something, like someone's skin head.
You talking to the wrong people because we agree with you. Like I don't think any of us here want that.
I'm a
Yeah.
huge proponent of scalping. I'm just kidding.
I don't. I mean,
But,
I guess
but
you're,
so when I think of scalping, it's usually like maybe outside of a sporting event, someone's like, well, I got to, like, we can. So that would be a good way to remove the old connotation of the word.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the only way I hear it nowadays. So
Exactly.
I mean, I
Thankfully.
feel like this argument would be.
There's no argument.
I mean, your comment would be thought-provoking or discussion-provoking, and when scalping was going on,
Right.
in like the 1700s. But now I think we all have a general understanding that scalping is not the thing to do.
So what's your opinion on the Black Plague while we're at it?
But it's back though. Freaking
Scalping.
anti-vaxxers.
Most rats have it.
I love anti-vaxxers.
Why?
If I like find a wife and she's not anti-vax,
Tweet it.
divorce
Dude.
paper,
Jill
that second.
Jill Stein is the most underrated presidential candidate out there.
Fuck you.
Jill Stein.
Jill Stein.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna agree with
Dr.
you.
Jill Stein.
Because Andrew Yang isn't underrated anymore because he's pulling at 4% right now.
Do what?
What?
I
Who?
said I'm gonna agree with him.
Who's
because
that?
Andrew Yang.
Who?
Oh my gosh.
What are
You
you
got
talking
me on
about,
that.
dude?
But no, but so what are you talking about? 4%.
He's polling 4% nationally, like the for the presidential vote.
And
What's
that's,
he- what's
and
he
that's
pulling?
not good.
That's very good for the position he's in right now. Like that's more than most people would assume he would pull for where he's at when he hasn't started like a strong presidential campaign yet because you don't really do that yet.
I'd probably agree with that. Like, he's come across my screen more times simply because he goes on a lot of these shows that are internet-heavy audiences.
That's where he's.
So, like,
that's where
I would guess
Smart
younger
man.
people would watch.
it was his easiest outlet in to start, and he's got a legit following now, and so he's actually able to get he got approved for the CNN national debates.
One thing I will mention about Andrew Yang is it's fun seeing going through his profile every day and seeing how many more followers he's getting.
I
really do enjoy
I
seeing
followed him when he had like 120,000 followers.
Okay,
hippie dude.
all right,
Hipster
dude.
dude.
Before he was
No,
cool, dude.
no, dude, I didn't mean it like that. It did come across like
All
that.
right, Jacob. Well, I was eating Lucky Charms before you there.
It did come across like that. But
Why you laugh all fake like that?
because I'm pissed because I did say it like that, and I don't like coming across that way.
Yeah, what a loser, dude. That's
Fuck, dude. No, but I was just saying like to your point of like how fast he's grown. It was like I feel like I started like following him not that long ago, and it's like his following's like almost tripled.
cool. Well, I think we're about out of time. On that note,
What was that?
Jacob is
Was that
very
you again?
Jacob is very, very uncomfortable right now. He's-
I'm I'm not.
So-
It's really hard to make me.
All right,
Jacob-
let's
Jacob-
get Jacob out of here, man.
Jacob looks like an EDM DJ with a hand on each laptop.
Dude, we gotta get a Jacob cam. We have gotta get a Jacob cam.
I like being anonymous. Honestly, it makes me feel so much more free to say whatever I want. 'Cause, like, no one knows who I am, dude.
All right, let's get Jacob out of this pickle here. So, do you guys have any final thoughts?
Fuck the Redskins.
Fuck you.
Wow, dude, the team or
The team. The team.
Jesus
The
Christ?
team. I had to the team. I gotta make that clear to everyone out there. The team.
Good save.
Nothing but respect here.
Final thoughts. If you have not seen the video that I made Josh watch and his reaction to it, you definitely should check that
Please go
out.
check that out.
If you haven't seen it, have you seen it?
Quite proud of it.
Yeah, no, I saw the. Which video? You
Mm.
showed me,
Oh, you
show me.
watch
You
it.
show me like 2 videos a week, dude.
Racial stereotypes.
So
whatever.
Mason didn't watch it. Mason's a piece of shit.
Do your Sonic review?
No, we're talking about mine.
I definitely. I
Oh,
said Josh.
yes.
The video I made Josh watch. Right? I said that. I
The
said that.
video
I said
you made Josh watch.
There'll
Yes.
be no Mason comment.
Why
from
you?
here on
Why
out.
would you make Josh watch his own video? That's
Why
why.
do you-
That's the
Josh
confusion.
reacted to it.
Where are you getting this?
Okay.
Where thank you, Josh.
He's
It's
been
right
he's
over
been off
here.
all day long. Dude.
Five
I really
guys.
have been.
I don't know what the other one was, but there was another one.
All right.
Come on, Jacob.
Well, anyway, my final thought is you may not understand. You're very passionate about something to create other people. And if you are, you need to make a YouTube channel or get your voice out there or get heard.
And if-
Josh Haidt did that. This
Right.
guy was so knowledgeable about sports. His brother had to finally tell him, you know too much about sports. You need to make other people, make yourself aware. So he finally made a YouTube channel called
Josh's Sports Talk.
Josh's
So,
Sports Talk.
If you want to check
Like-
it out, subscribe, like it, comment, show it to your friends, your family.
Feels weird to say it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And if you have anything that like you're passionate about and you've been wanting to get started, but you've been talking yourself out of it because you feel like you can't do it, definitely go for it because it's a really liberating feeling to kind of take those restraints off yourself and really let yourself go after something that you want.
That's fact.
Now I heard you were gonna be introducing this subject, the segment.
Subject.
Yeah, segment is what I meant to say, and you were gonna be calling it "Where's the line?" You were gonna discuss the best D lines, O lines.
It's a brand new concept that I just came up with. So you guys stick around for that.
Man, it'd be a shame
yeah,
if someone stole
I'll,
that
I'll,
idea.
I'll get it trademarked as soon as possible
Yeah, you
because
should.
there's vultures out there. So
I'm not a vulture. I'm not. You know what?
You got super defensive
I
about
said
something.
I
they didn't
said so
accuse him
many
of.
nice things about you. I said so many nice.
no, I love
things.
you, Josh. But
When?
I love
But,
you too. I love you too.
For all of Josh's links in the description for his latest YouTube channel, his latest YouTube video, and his YouTube channel will be down there. So easy access to go find it.
Well, this has been Bottom of the Class Podcast. Josh, thanks for joining us.
thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
Peace out.
Later.